Okay, let's get started here. We might have a multi today, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Have to tally things up. Let's see what's in the summon gates. First off, 18, no, I'm not sure. We might have a multi or not. Have to check. Alright, they're both there. Alright, let's get started then. Alright, to the Cornwall village. Fragment 1. Meanwhile, several days after she got separated from Paragon, the girl managed to make it out of the nameless woods on her own, ahead of the others. I see, I should probably turn myself up. Alright, this is fine. Was it the difference in her innate servant abilities? Simply a stroke of good luck? Neither. In fact, she was simply swept along by Moore's current and unceremoniously spat out elsewhere. The outcome speak for itself. Deprived of her strength, her equipment in pieces, she could only collapse by the highway. This is bad. Very, very bad. If she stays here too long. See? What'd I tell you? I knew you'd be one or two around this time. There'd be one or two around this time of year. Check it out. A premium wind ferry. This will keep us fed the whole winter. Should be easy pickings for the slave hunters who prey on ferries, who wander out the woods. Oi, get a call on her before she wakes up. I don't know who she is, but it won't matter once we sell her. Yo, Delante. We'll make a bundle and she'll get a nice warm bed and someone to keep her company. Now that's what I call a win-win. Ah, a wolf? There's a wolf here. But fortunately, fate had other plans for her. No wonder she's my favorite. That fluffy guy next to her is Sage Grim, the White Fang. Those thugs won't get near her. Not with him around. Ah, crap, she's awake, and she looks really strong too. We're dead. Who are you? No, wait. Why was that collapse on the ground? Ooh, she doesn't remember anything. Hey there, young lady. We're just, you know... Oh, a group of kindly caretakers. It's our job to help any fairies who collapse on the side of the road. Yeah, that's it. We're here to help you. Now go on, get on our cart. It's the latest model from Norwich. It's way better than walking. One of us pulls while the other two smile. That way, two can relax and only one has to work. By the way, don't worry, you're our valued guest. We're gonna make you pull the cart. Now, what are we gonna call you? Say, what do you think of Anise Brothers? Doesn't that seem like a great name for her? How's it going? It's good. It's good. Just slightly fatigued, but there's no problem though. No problem. Just getting used to things. It's all good though. It's all good. Let's go here. How you doing, man? Doing good? You mean we're not going with Urchin like usual? Well, I guess a little change of pace wouldn't hurt. Sounds good to you, Alice? Now go on, try to stand up. Here, hold on to me if you need. Besides, you don't want to be laying on the ground too long, or the giant odd Golgi caterpillars will eat you right up. Okay, thank you. Whoa, what's with all the metal? She's got an iron shield, iron armor, and what's this? A canister. Dang, you think she's one of the Queen's Knights, seeing how she got all these weapons? Oh, you guys sure this is a good idea? What if the Queen kills us? Ah, you're still a big scaredy cat, aren't you, Wag? Don't worry about it. Even if she's one of the Queen's Knights, who cares? Doesn't matter if she can't remember anything. Yeah, what's gonna happen when she doesn't even know her own name? And if she doesn't have a place to call home, what's wrong with taking her to a new one? As our merchandise, of course. The three fairies exchange a knowing look and cackle. And so she and all her things wound up in the cart, not a clue as to who she is. The cart begins heading north towards Gloucester, beginning another separate journey. But all that aside. Hey, that's Wolf still following us? What do we do, brothers? I see why Foe couldn't come here. Otherwise, Foe would have been like, oh yeah, I remember everything. Or I think Foe would be unaffected because he's a beast. Maybe one of those plot points would have happened. You really don't mess with his like. They say if you kill one, you become a Moor. Guess we'll just have to let him tag along too. Maybe we can sell him off along with a girl. Don't worry, these fairies won't be having much luck as long as her intimidating furry friend is around. Alright, Salisbury. Beautiful, isn't it? This is the center of British Lostbelt. See that super ominous castle looking thing over there? That's Camelot. These days, Britain is divided into north and south regions, and Camelot sits between them. Most people live here in the southern central area. The four main cities in this region are Salisbury, the great cathedral, Norwich, the northern port town, Gloucester, the city of fashion, and Oxford, the great dining hall. Each city is run by the head of the fairy clan. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but do you know where Mash and Da Vinci are? I see, so there were others from Caldea with you. I'm very sorry, but you were the only one I managed to find. And as you can see, it's just me right now, so tracking you down was the best I could do. But that leads nicely to my next point. Can you tell me what this Mash of yours looks like? As long as I know what she looks like, I can have Blanca look for her. Blanca? Who's that? Didn't you just say you were alone? Alright, here, let me introduce you. Oh, pretty cute, huh? I talk with her a lot. I guess you could call her my friend. Anyway, she's very neat, very smart, and above all, she's a hard worker. If anyone can track down Mash, she can. Okay, now that that's settled, how about we start by sharing what we all know about one another? You tell me your story and I'll tell you mine. And you know the rest. I see, so you've conquered 5 Lostbelt this far. And he's not concerned about that, is he? And I'm like, what's one more, you know? And while you weren't originally planning to come to Britain, you, Mash, Leonardo, and Tristan wound up coming here to investigate the collapse. But then after the four of you landed here, you got separated in the nameless woods. That's unfortunate, no. I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful. I had no idea you weren't the only one we lost. If only I'd been more attentive back then, maybe I could have tracked down Mash and Leonardo as well. But I was so excited about finding you that I forgot all about everything else. So then you were the one I saw at the beach before I lost consciousness. For the time being, there's one thing we can and should check. Mash is your contracted servant, right? Then you should have a magical energy connection with her. If it's still active, then we'll at least know she's alive, even if we don't know yet where she is. And he could technically just command her to be right there with him. That's what you could technically do, but that would be a waste of command spell. How about it? Can you check on that for us? The connection's still active. Great. Then all we have to do now is find her. And Leonardo's a servant too, right? And I'm sure she's still alive and kicking too. Fortunately, the fairies here can't tell the difference between their fellow fae folk and servants. So as long as they're not human, they shouldn't be in too much danger. So let's just stay calm and trust them to handle themselves. Next, Alteria. Is there something you'd like to say to me? No, not right now. Anyway. Honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything I just heard about Chaldea. Proper human history, the Lostbelts, and so on. Although, getting back to servants, heroic spirits, is that like a human turning into a fairy after they die? And you said both you and Tristan, and servants yourselves. That's right. If you want to know more about heroic spirits and servants, I'm sure Paragon there will be happy to fill you in on the way. Between a resident of the Lostbelt, you and the master from proper human history, who's a guest in this world, you two should be able to catch each other up on almost everything. On the way, you said. Does that mean you have a destination in mind, Oberon? I do indeed. When you're trying to track someone down, a big city's your best bet. Besides, you and Paragon both need to get used to the way things work here in Fairy Britain. So our next stop is Salisbury, the biggest city in the south. There we'll find food, clothing, shelter, and everything we need, really. It's just about a full day's walk from here. I know you've been up all night, but do you think you can make the trek? We don't have time to sit around and rest. Now, let's not be hasty. I know how you must feel, but like I said, now's the time to take it easy. Remember, Britain's a big place. If you keep pushing yourself so hard, you'll burn out long before we find Mash. Don't worry, you can tell she's okay because you're her master, right? Well, my own intuition's telling me she's perfectly safe, too. And I'm the Fairy King, so that really means something. So let's start with Salisbury and figure out the rest from there. Salisbury, huh? What should I do? It might be kind of dangerous to go back now. But I also can't leave Paragon to fend for himself. Plus, I don't care what this Oberon guy says. He really seems a lot like Merlin. Would it be okay if I come along too, Paragon? I know I mistakenly went by Mash's name for a while there. But I want to know more about you and about, alright, proper human history. On time! Every time! Yes, sir! Oh, sorry, I just assumed you'd be coming with us. Right, of course not. Gosh, what am I even saying? Hey, evening, how you doing? Of course you wouldn't want a country bumpkin like me tagging... Oh. You're shaking my hand again. Does that mean it's okay? Of course, I'm glad to have you with us, Alteria. Hell yeah, we need Solomon defense for this one. Just got frozen at work. Wait, frozen? In what way? Like they hit you with the ice? Ah yes. That's a lovely friendship. I was definitely on pins and needles back in Cornwall. But it seems not interfering was the right choice after all. They turned up the AC. Oh yeah, keeping it cool, man. In theatrical terms, I believe this is the part where we say, now that the actors are in place, the real story can begin. Oh wow, after that the heat was too high? Oh my goodness. They can't get it right. And the water's still cold to this day, right? Caldio alone won't be enough. The child of prophecy alone won't get there in time. So we need both to defeat the mighty Morgan. Oh, that's his objective. Defeat the mighty Morgan. Oh, new building? Oh, okay, that's cool, man. Cool. Those are the things of the past, you know. Onto the greener pastures. Alright, let me put the Q in here. It's U2 at the moment, so I'll just type this in. Corporate evil? Okay. That's right. I'll put this here. There you go. Alright, let's see what you guys got. You got Akko? Okay, okay. Let's see when I'll pick Akko once your fight comes up. Let's see what Nick's got for me here. There he is. Let's see what he got. He got. It looks like, is it shafted? Could it be shafted? Oh, it indeed is shafted. Oh my goodness. Alright, so this Berserker, I'll just grab a foreigner. I'll grab this. I go over here to the story. And I'll grab user skills before MP. Okay. Oh right, true. For Akko. Yep. Will do. Actually, if this is a single target, Kama's Buster, if I remember correctly. No, she's quick. Alright, let me grab. Alright, looking good. Ah, the prophecy was true. The girl's our star of hope. She will be our salvation. She will be our path to forgiveness. She's our savior who drifted to our shores with a ship full of treasure. She's the one who will hear the voice of paradise and chant the promised name. Ah, dear Alteria. May you grow to the age of 16 healthy and strong. May the Queen Soldier never find you. One day you will go on a journey to ring the 6 bells and save all of Britain. A journey to welcome our true king. Gloucester, Salisbury, Oxford, Norwich, Orkney. He didn't mention Orkney at all. We may not know where the 6th bell is, but we are confident you'll find it. Oh, that explains. The staff of selection has chosen you. You are Fairy Britain's only hope. Now go on, hurry. Hurry. Hurry and greet your 16th birthday. We have complete faith in you. The village is done for. The execution squads are here. Hold your head high. Grip your staff tight. Now is the time to begin your journey, Alteria. Remember, no matter what anyone says, you are unquestionably the child of prophecy. You're the spitting image of her. What, of Morgan? I'm sorry, I'm so weak, I'm sorry I can't live up to your expectations. I'll do my best, I promise, as much as I can. Are you sleeping already, Alteria? Huh? Oh no, was I asleep? I just remember Tristan playing his harp and then... Ah, how this saddens me. I was merely trying to soothe your exhaustion. But I cannot help but notice you don't seem to care for my music. My leech... maid Alteria. Oh, he knows. He knows. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to hearing music. But it really did help me fall asleep peacefully. Now, I'll love you play it again when it's bedtime. Ouch, you wound me, maid Alteria. No bard wants to be told his music puts people to sleep. Hey, you can't blame her. We've been walking non-stop nearly all day. We're all exhausted. That's why we're camping out here tonight before making our way to Salisbury tomorrow morning. Alteria, you're gonna put up a bounded field to keep wild animals away, right? I hate to ask since I know you're sleepy, but would you mind? Oh yes, of course. Okay, I'll be back soon. Now then. I know we told Alteria that proper human history is like a parallel world to Britain, but of course that's not the whole truth, is it? The truth is proper human history is the rightful historical timeline, and it's fundamentally incompatible with this world of fairy Britain. As Chaldea, you have to erase the Lostbelt to ensure humanity's future. How did you deduce that? And now you're trying to come up with a way to tell Alteria this without hurting her too badly. I know it's wrong to hide that, but... I see, I suppose you have betrayed the people of Phi Lostbelt already. What's one more? Dang, I usually pride myself on being an excellent conversationalist. But even I'm having trouble coming up with the right words to heal the wounds in your heart. So for now, the best I can do is offer some words of consolation. It's okay, Paragon. This Lostbelt won't fall by your hand. Remember, it's falling apart on its own. If anything, I'd say you're doing it a favor. Yeah, this is what Beryl said that place is like done for. A favor? Yes, indeed. Human history simply cannot ever prosper in this version of Britain. It's a flawed world that was already destined for destruction. History took a dreadfully wrong turn here. The only problem is that it's threatening to take proper human history down with it when it all goes to pot. That's why guys like us from proper human history have to do whatever we can to save it. And that means defeating the one who's been ruling it for on high for 2,000 years, High Queen Morgan. Hold on, did you say Morgan? As in that Morgan? Yo, what up, Eric? Yup, that Morgan. The same one who proved to be King Arthur's ultimate Achilles heel in proper human history, even after he united all of Britain. The extraordinary witch who lured King Arthur into countless traps so she could take Camelot for herself. Yo, how you doing, ZV? How ya doing? I'm chilling as well. Chilling. I did some research on how to end some carpenter bees, you know, because it was like they're kind of munching on some wood back there, so I got a spray coming in. But overall, things are going good, you know. It's that summertime, you know. And the mother of Mordred, the treacherous knight, the child of King Arthur who proved to be his downfall. She's the one who ultimately destroyed Britain. And here, she's Fairy Britain's ruler, and she'll bring it all to ruin. Let's see, I think you Chaldeans would probably refer to her as this king's Lostbelt. Queen Morgan. Anyway, based on everything you told me, it sounds like Morgan's behind the outside world abnormal. She's behind the outside world's abnormality. I'm stumbling a little. So as long as you can defeat her, that should end the threat to proper human history. After that, you can just leave this place to its fate. It's a good thing I have a drink right here. Whether it falls apart or pulls itself back together, you won't need to feel bad about it. Alright, I took a drink. Look over there. What was it? Lostbelts need to survive again? A tree of emptiness. Well, I'm guessing that that world tree, the giant ash over there beyond the sea, is it? As you can see, it's been dead for a long time, so this Lostbelt definitely hasn't got long left. But surprisingly, it's still alive for some reason. Normally, when the tree gets chopped, that's over. So it's been dead for a long time. Anyway, I think that's enough talk for tonight. Don't want to overdo the info dump. So even if you don't remember anything else we talked about tonight, at least remember this. Defeat High Queen Morgan, ruler of Fairy Britain. Nice and simple, right? As for the rest, I'll tell you once we reach Salisbury. Once you see a Fey City for yourself, I think you'll have a much better handle on what life in Britain is like. Whoops, sorry to interrupt, but we got monsters. Get ready to fight, Paragon. I'm sorry, I accidentally skipped a couple steps when I was making the bounded field. And I ended up summoning a pack of wild birds by mistake. Could you help me out, please? Dang it, Altaria! I never thought the day would come with my liege would beg me for help. I'm sorry, I kept forgetting she's not the King Arthur I knew. Oh, this is embarrassing. Even if she's not, I'm still glad to have her around. Me too. It's such an honor that it actually makes me feel sorry for the other Knights of the Round Table. Here they come. Be careful, Paragon. Britain's beasts are not to be trifled with. They're not too bad. It's just some Moors, right? Hmm.
シェルターでしたらこちらになぶってしょうがないなかしこんかしこん恐れ多くはイザナビの国づくりの大剣のこれが私の
And I do have the 50 charge here too.
鉄の傘はありましたね。
そんなに欲しいんだ。行きます。
今は楽しめ。いずれ終わるのだから。
Yay, we won. No, we trounced them. Man, that feels good. Ah, this makes me happy. That was the first battle I've won handily since being summoned. True, we haven't had much luck with combat since we got here. Indeed, I may not be matched for the fairies, but demonic beasts like these are no match for the round table. I see, so you're already strong enough to handle a murder of night crows without much trouble. Very nice, that's even better than I was expecting. Tristan, your bow may not be particularly strong, but its range is exceptional. You're clearly well suited for battles against large groups. With you on our side, I bet we could win no matter how unnumbered we may be. And as for you, Alteria, you're no match of a wild card. You're much more of a wild card than you look. It's that strange tool of yours, handmade. A rare weapon like that will be very effective against an opponent who's never seen it before, especially as a distraction. And above all, your summons were fascinating, Paragon. Temporarily summoning heroic spirits to aid in battle. I had no idea it was such a flexible and powerful way to fight. Human magecraft doesn't intend to work very well against fairies, but summoning heroic spirits is definitely an exception. The only problem with it is how long you can last, given the incredible demands on your stamina, magical energy, and sheer luck. Plus, it seems like the longer the battle lasts, the more of a toll it takes on you. But as long as you're careful about that, you should be able to handle anyone, fairy or not. Wait a moment. Human magecraft? You can use magecraft, Paragon? Why is that surprising? Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I was just a little taken aback. You see, magecraft isn't really used much in Britain. Basically, fairies perform sacraments without any help from basic magecraft spells or mystic codes. She's like, yeah, your technique is very, antiquated. So magecraft is considered unnecessary at best and, only practiced by weirdos at worst. Thanks. In fact, to be totally blunt, if you tell people you use magecraft here, they tend to look at you all funny and ask why'd you go to all the trouble. I see, you do have a point. Fairies simply have no need of magecraft. And since this Britain is a land dominated by fairies, that will mean magecraft is effectively worthless here. So why do you use it then, Alteria? Oh man, after everything I just said, you really went there, Paragon? Now, it was an honest question, Alteria. You know he didn't mean anything by it, right? Anyway, you don't have to answer if you'd rather not. As for you, Paragon, I suggest you wait for a better time before bringing this up again. Anyway, I think we might have gotten distracted from our main purpose. Now that we got this nice cat set up, we should use it to get a good night's rest. I'm sure there's more you'd like to know about Paragon, Alteria, but why don't we save that for tomorrow? Fortunately, there are none of the Queen soldiers, no Moors, and no rebel army around here. And once we wake up in the morning, it's only another hour's walk to Salisbury, where we'll be able to have a much more in-depth conversation. After all, if you're going to have a fun discussion, you should save it for a nice and relaxing place, right? Yo, Scorpio, how you doing? Fully recovered? Welcome back. I was wondering, and that's the gist of the worlds up until 2017. He's back in action. Wow, so other worlds really do exist. England, Scotland, and Ireland. And you said there are other countries beyond the Isle, too, like France and Italy? I can't even imagine so many different countries and cultures and people. It sounds like you came from a really wonderful world. Britain without the fairies, huh? That sounds like a nice change of pace. Well, from where Paragon is sitting, I'd imagine he finds the Britain full of fairies to be quite the change of pace. I do have to correct you on one thing, though. It's not that there aren't any fairies at all in proper human history, where Paragon comes from. While mystics have definitely faded since the AD era began, fairies are still around. Though of course there are far fewer of them, and they don't reveal themselves to humans much. Heck, I'm a fairy heroic spirit myself. Come to think of it, Oberon, aren't you from A Midsummer's Night's Dream, right? Written by William Shakespeare, England's greatest playwright, it may well be one of the most famous stories about fairies. It's basically about love and a square between humans. But two of the most important characters are Oberon, the king of fairies, and his queen, Titania. In the story, Oberon wants Titania to give him one of her pages. So he hatches a plan involving a potion that will cause the drinker to fall in love with the first living thing they see upon awakening. But the two humans end up taking it by mistake, causing them to forget about the person they love and mistakenly believe they're fated to be with someone else. Well, without going into much detail, it all wraps up nicely in the end. It's a sort of comedy of errors focused on love and miscommunication you see everywhere. But unfortunately for me, it became so popular that it kept being retold for generations. Thanks to that, the word fairy is now synonymous with mischievous Puck and narrow-minded King Oberon. So at least, in one sense, I might be the most famous fairy in the world. If you've never read it before, you should give it a shot once you get back to Chaldea. Yeah, I actually never read that play. It doesn't paint the most flattering picture of me, unfortunately, but never mind that. And just to be clear, I swear I wasn't trying to make trouble, okay? It's just a plot device, really. Only there to get the romantic hijinks rolling. So then, does that mean you're a fictional character, Oberon? Is it even possible for someone as vaguely defined as that to become a servant? No, it isn't. While Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream is indeed how he is best known, I thought it was Hamlet. Legends of Oberon, the Fairy King, have existed in Europe since ancient times. Perhaps most notably, there's a poem about him from the 15th century, well before Shakespeare's time, where he is described as the king of fairies who can use magic to make any wish come true. Really, I didn't know about that one. The point is, the character was inspired by an existing model, and that model must have become the base for my servant form. Which came first? Who knows? Just another version of the chicken and egg problem. What about Titania then? Oh, she's all Shakespeare. There are no legends in fairy history of anyone by that name. The name Titania probably came from the Titans of Greek mythology. But Oberon in A Midsummer's Night Dream is pretty self-centered after all. You could never find a lady who would tolerate him. So Shakespeare had to make one up. But I digress. Sorry for wasting our time. Salisbury is just up ahead. Don't worry about the guards. I'll handle them. All you three have to do is stay quiet. It's okay. My face is basically a free pass into the city. Alright, one more thing. Do not tell them your names. If they ask, and you can't avoid answering, make something up. We don't need anyone else finding out that you're human, and you never know who might be listening. Hold on, isn't it dangerous to lie to fairies? I've heard their eyes can see through falsehoods. If so, shouldn't we try to avoid lying whenever possible? Oh, don't worry, the fairies here don't have powers like that. I don't know if they lost them thanks to all this prosperity, or if they threw them away in order to be prosperous. By the way, they definitely can't tell truth from lies anymore. Only way you can tell if you're dealing with a good person or not is when everything's said and done. How else could someone as evil as Morgan have stayed at the top of the world for so long? But what does Morgan do, though? So this is Salisbury. How this gladdens me. The air here is very different from Cornwall. There may be fairies everywhere we turn here too, but I don't sense anything dangerous about them. They all seem happy and full of good cheer. Is there some sort of festival taking place today or something? No, this is just life in Salisbury. It's the only free city in all of Britain. There are about 200,000 people living in Salisbury. Some are wind, earth, and fang fairies. Some are fairies who emerge spontaneously from nature, and some are even independent humans. Wait, humans are allowed to live here? Humans who have won their freedom and now belong to no one but Britain itself. I was hoping to tell you about that aspect of life here once things had settled down, but I guess it was bound to come up sooner or later. And since the great cathedral is here too, this seems as good as a place as anyone to get into it. You Callians may have thought there were no humans in this Lostbelt, but strictly speaking, that's not true. Humans do exist here, they're just not at the top of the hierarchy. Here, they're used as tools to enrich fairy society. In proper human history terms, they're essentially slaves. Didn't you think there was something strange about this city? It's wrong, twisted, unseemly. You're right, it's more like a human city than a fairy one. Exactly, fairy are supposed to live in harmony with nature. Even when they form communities, it's always forest children and stone children gathering under the same great mother. They were always just the divided spirit of the planet who never possessed a culture of their own. But as you can see, Fairy Britain has become a place where fairies imitate human society. For about 14,000 years, fairies here have raised human-like cattle. In that time, they used humans' innate creativity as entertainment, which in turn allowed them to flourish. Fairies live long lives and they require no sustenance whatsoever. Since there's nothing they can do, they never change. So there's nothing they cannot do, they never change. And they never try anything new. So they stay complacent. In contrast, humans have countless weaknesses. They live short lives, their energies don't heal, they need food to survive, and they can easily be killed by wild beasts. So naturally, humans came up with all sorts of things that will allow them to survive and flourish in spite of all those weaknesses. I'm guessing the fairies found that kind of human thinking to be absolutely fascinating. It was like finding a shiny new toy. So they began keeping humans as lost livestock, followed by superficially copying their culture with cities like this one. They completely ignored the substance behind human agriculture, architecture, and other various fields of study. Instead, only imitating at most basic superficial level. Wow. Anything they couldn't copy manually, they fudged with magical energy. That cathedral there is the worst offender. Fairies have no gods, no religion. There was no actual point to making the cathedral. They just thought it was fun. That's very Britain's culture, and is how they treat humans. So basically, they ripped off human culture? Ah, yes, I guess you could put it that way. Still, as a fairy myself, I can understand how things got to this point. While they definitely took it too far, it makes sense they get like this in a world where humans are endangered. Both in proper human history and in this Lostbelt, humans are fairies' favorite source of luxury entertainment. This land came to be known as Fairy Britain when fairies began regulating as humans at a societal level. It's also the key political policy of High Queen Morgan, your enemy. Huh, you guys are going to fight Morgan? Yep, or at least that's the current plan. Isn't that right, Paragon? I don't know about fighting yet, but we do need to meet this Lostbelt's king. But first we need to find my other two companions. Alright, what we do, don't we? First things first and all that. Why don't we start with the pub? There are always people coming and going in pubs, and some of them may know something useful. Why'd you stop? Is something wrong? Paragon, you helped me out a lot, and I really do appreciate it, but what should I do? If he's going to fight High Queen Morgan, it only complicate things if I stuck around. I wanted to stay with him until he found MASH, but maybe it'd be better to go on our separate ways here. So that's how it is. By the way, Alteria, do you know what they do to humans in the city they catch without their owners? They're captured as ranch escapees and sent up to the New Darlington. New Darlington, as in Darlington, the National Slaughterhouse Theater? The Slaughterhouse? That's horrible, but wait, isn't Salisbury supposed to be a free city? The head of the Wind Clan runs this place, right? Surely they wouldn't do anything so horrid. Not necessarily, not even the head of the Wind Clan can defy the High Queen. So it would definitely be to our advantage to have as many trusted collaborators with us as we can. Paragon still doesn't know right from left here, and on top of that, he's human. Without an owner to watch over him, it'll just be the nameless woods all over again. I do it myself, but since I'm obviously noble, even royal, it would strain credulity if I tried to claim a human of unknown origin as one of my attendants. But you, on the other hand, would be a perfect fit for Paragon. And don't worry, I'm not asking you to stay with him forever, just while we're in Salisbury. You prefer that over being alone too, right, Paragon? I feel like he can read thoughts or something like that. He was like, he saw Alteria was about to flake. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't go with you to go see go see Morgan. I guess you're right. Being alone in Britain these days would make you more likely to attract suspicion from the authorities. But what about Tristan? Couldn't he pretend to be Paragon's owner? He probably could, but Tristan knows just as little about Fairy Britain as Paragon. It wouldn't take much questioning for him one of the clan guards to expose the facade. I wouldn't go that route unless we had no other choice. But if I have a human attendant, that would mean I'd have to be an upper class fairy, which would also make me Paragon's owner, and it would just be pretend. Or were you actually hoping to make him your pet? No, I couldn't pretend. It's fine. I'm still much too young for that. Great, then it's settled. Paragon, Alteria is going to be your owner for a while. It'll be the safest way to travel here. Think you can play along? Don't worry, I actually have some acting experience. Okay. If you're sure you want me for this, then I'll do it. Besides, we come this far together, so I certainly don't mind traveling together a little more. In fact, looking on the bright side, this is actually making one of my childhood dreams come true. What, of owning a human? Oh, what dream would that be? The same dream every fairy who grows up in the country has. Joining the ranks of upper-class city folk. He's like, all according to plan. It's all according to Eisen's plan, he's thinking. Hey there, my good Salisburyans. How are you all this fine day? That's right, it is I, Oberon, the fairy king of the autumn woods, the missionary of peace, flowers, and fairy tales, here to grace you with my boisterous presence. Hey Oberon, glad to see you're doing well. Nice to have you back in Salisbury again. Just make sure you don't put anything on your tab today, you hear? Oberon, I knew coming to day drink was a good idea. Oi, when you paying back the money I lent you? I decided to thank you for help the other day, Oberon. Your advice really got the trees in my backyard to settle down. I am still waiting for you to pay me back though. Lovely Oberon, you have some time to spare, right? You simply attend our tea party today. I'm still waiting for you to pay me back though. Dang it, dang. There's the poor little prince with a 10,000 year tab. Don't worry, I'll cover this round. Goodness. I still am waiting for you to pay me back though. Oh my goodness, Oberon. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Will you all cut that out? Stop pointing out how popular I am. I'm here with some important friends today. Save the money talk for another time, alright? Yo, Palm! Did you see the gates today in FGO? They're calling. Well, we know. Don't worry, we're all just joking. You enriched our lives way more than the Queen's banknotes ever could. We're happy to treat you. You're in debt, Oberon? So you're poor, even though you call yourself a king? Dang, Altaria, don't mince your words. Well, yes, my financials are a little lean just now. Bluntly, I'm flat broke. Quit FGO this time around? What was the breaking point? But what do you expect when I was summoned to Fairy Britain? All I had on me was this cloak. I woke up in a forest piled high with dead leaves, literally nothing to my name. Usually, in a situation like that, I'd be too bummed to do anything but wait for help from proper human history. But since I arrived first, I knew there were some things I needed to take care of. Fairies thrive on what they find interesting, so I went around putting on shows in the various cities here. I sang songs, riled up crowds, told fairy tales, entertained housewives, and livened up the nights. Over time, the people of Britain came to know me as Regal Fairy King of the fiefs nobody's heard of. Well, at least in the major cities anyway. Oh, so I didn't know about you because I'm from the countryside. Sorry about that. I'll try to branch out more from now on. Okay, oh yeah, the story? I got you. You're gonna miss out on those 100 Saint Courts. Don't worry. If you're in the Ordeal call, I'll let you know when to log in for the 100 Saint Courts. We've got to take a break, a minor break, you know. Still, this was a hard... I should say 100. It's 1,000. It's 1,000 Saint Courts. Still, this was a hard-fought battle in its own right. Can you imagine what it was like for me to have to act like nobility without an actual capital? I can recall a few dozen times I lied about my station so I could sing love songs to a beautiful woman I met at a tavern. Yeah, that's when Olga Mari comes out, like next year. She'll come out next year. When she comes out, there'll be like 1,000 Saint Courts that come with her. And indeed, there's nothing quite so tense as that. As a fellow poet, Oberon, I have the greatest respect for what you've accomplished here. I don't suppose you'd be willing to give me a few in-depth lessons on how to roll fairy style, would you? If you'd really like to learn from me, I'd be glad to teach you what I know. Besides, with your music backing me up, I bet I'd be able to expand my clientele even more. Now I see. You're both scoundrels who can't be trusted around women. Anyway, where should we sit, Oberon? I did not. I'm gonna see if I can get her today. I tried last week. I might have a multi after at the end of this stream. My fairy table's around the round one in the back on the raised floor. It's harder for other customers to see you there, and it gives you a full view of the whole pub. Now, how about we start with a toast of fruit water? Excuse me, cutie, are you the new server? Let the owner know you'll be using the table in the back, okay? And oh, we'll be using the table in the back. Oh, and we'll also like to order 4 apple waters. You got it. I'll have them ready in just a moment. And that's where her maid outfit comes from. Huh? Huh? Da Vinci? Whoa, no way, Paragon. It's really you. And just being casual about it. Just like, oh yeah, this is... She's like, you know what? This is what it is. I might have some... Actually, I can check. Let me see if I have some steak corns in the box. Let me check. Oh, I got some. I got some. Yeah, I think that's enough for a multi, I think. Do I get any of this? Nope. Oh yeah, I have enough for a multi. So yeah. I'll do a multi at the end. I'll pretty much do a multi. And then, I believe maybe the next section is going to be long. So let me just see what we have. Yeah, we got 27 of them. Got spooked twice last week. Nursery rhyme and that French person, Dion. Oh man, you'll never believe what happened to me. So after we got separated in the fog, I let my instincts lead me, and that brought me right back to the beach. Luckily, that beach was far enough away from the foggy woods that I was able to follow the coastline east. Eventually, I caught sight of Salisbury here, and I figured I ought to be able to learn more in a populated city. I forgot what it, that's what her name is though, because I forgot what it was. It's Dion or something. Then when I got here, an angel, far too good for this world, just appeared on my pub's doorstep. She was very unsteady on her feet, but I could still see the fire in her deep blue eyes when she said, "What a lovely place. Will you let me work here for the rest of my life?" I never said that. What I said was, I'm looking for my companions, but first could I have a glass of water, remember? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know. You're welcome to work here forever. Yes, I heard you the first 100 times, Mike. Now go back to the counter. I'll teach you to make cocktails later. My perfect angel. Anyway, that's my story. I'm glad you're okay, Paragon. You too, Tristan. Although it looks like you still haven't found Mash yet. I see, you must be the other servant Paragon told us about. It's an honor to meet you, a renowned genius like yourself, Leonardo da Vinci. Who are you? I'm guessing the fact that you know my name means you're a servant from proper human history? I'm Oberon the Fairy King, though I guess here it's more of an aspirational title. It's nice to meet you, Da Vinci. I'm Ontario Caster. I met Paragon in the Nameless Woods. he is. He's like, oh my, he's like, Da Vinci, oh. To make a long story short, I'm going around with Paragon, pretending to be his owner. Seriously, that's hilarious. Thanks, Alteria. That must be a huge weight off Paragon's shoulder. But hey, you're a British fairy too, right? You'll probably got some idea what it is we're doing here by now. But you're helping Paragon, so does that mean you're good with it? Well, more or less. Honestly, I did only get even half of what Paragon Oberon told me. But I do know that Paragon was telling the truth. I wouldn't feel right about abandoning someone in the trouble when it's within my ability to help them. And honestly, it kind of seemed like fun. Gotcha. Then it should be okay to speak frankly here. So how did you end up here, Paragon? Wow, sounds like you guys had a hell of a time in that forest. I'm glad you guys made it out there okay. Thanks for keeping him safe, Tristan. You too, Oberon. Alteria. So, we still don't know much about Britain. We have no idea where Mash is. But we do know that she's still alive. And Oberon is flat broke. Okay, now that we're all on the same page, we can figure out what to do next. You made the right call, Oberon. We shouldn't be wandering aimlessly around Britain right now. What we need to do is set up a base of operations here in Salisbury, where we can gather information and tackle our problems one at a time. Our top priority right now is finding Mash, so we'll need to look for info on a girl wearing iron armor. While we do that, we should learn more about Britain and the lives of the fairies who live in it. So you want us to set up a base? Do you have a house here or something? I sure do. The pub doubles as an inn. Well, technically, they just copy a man-made inn without knowing what it was for. So I taught Mike about inns and how to put all the extra rooms he's got here to good use. And as a little reward for my services, I got to make 3 of the second floor rooms for myself. You got to take 3. Oh wow. I knew we'd eventually find each other and that we'd need a Chaldean frontline base when we did. So that's why I went ahead and made one. Wow, I'm impressed, Da Vinci, and I know Lancelot would be especially blown away by what you've done here. Is this Lancelot person also a young girl? In one sense, you're not wrong. This is great. I can already tell this Da Vinci friend of yours will be a huge help. Alright, since it seems like you guys have things well in hand now, I think I'll take my leave. I've actually got a lot of other things I still have to do. You're off going on your own, Oberon? Yep, I'm going to see what I can find out about this Mash girl. Not to mention, we also need more information about Britain as a whole. Now that you Chaldeans have come here, things are definitely going to change. And since we still don't have many allies on our side yet, I want to make sure we know where things stand in every region. But we'll see you again soon, right? Of course, especially now that I know where I can find you all. Don't worry, next time you see me, I'll have good news. In the meantime, I suggest you all get acclimated to Britain sooner than later. Well dang, he sure didn't waste any time. I'm glad he's on our side, but he definitely dances to the beat of his own drum, doesn't he? Indeed, and that colorful outfit of his speaks to me. It tells me he is, without a doubt, the same kind of poet as me. Ah, how this gladdens me. So what should we do now? I could show you around Salisbury if you like. Thanks, but I think we should take the rest of the day off. You all walked a long way to get here after all. Please go ahead and make yourselves comfy in the room I mentioned. Paragon, you take a room for yourself. Tristan and I will share another. And Alteria, you can use the other room I set aside for Mash. I knew I was right not setting for just 2 rooms. We'll also put up some magecraft barriers in the room, so we won't have to worry about being overheard. Looks like we'll be continuing this conversation upstairs. Really? I can have a whole room to myself? For free? Hooray! I actually wanted my own room. I can't wait to get all comfy. Thank you, Da Vinci. Gosh, you proper human history fairies are all so generous. This is great. And now she's gone too. I know I didn't touch on this before, but she's pretty different from the Alteria we know, isn't she? Yes, she is. From what I've seen so far, we should consider her an entirely separate person from King Arthur, Alteria Pendragon, the King of Britain in proper human history. Yep, which is one more thing I'd like to discuss up in our room, if you two don't mind taking this there. It's better if we discuss proper human history stuff just among ourselves. You really can't be too careful here. Alright, let's begin by sharing what we learned, starting with this version of Britain. You probably got a sense of this yourself on your way to Salisbury. But this Lostbelt is very different from all the others we've seen so far. It doesn't look at all like an alternate path human history could have taken, especially since human histories aren't the dominant species here. So far as I can tell, this world consists almost entirely of fairies. In Russia, a huge cold snap made it impossible for the human species to survive as they were, so they were forced to adapt and evolve. In Scandinavia, the twilight of the gods, also known as Ragnarok, happened during the Age of Gods, and both gods and people alike were in sharp decline afterwards, and they were farmed like cattle. China was ruled by a single Zeran, one true human, and became the sole nation state in the entire world, and they were fed crops to live up to a certain age. India was converging in ourselves through endless cycles of reincarnation, only for the whole world instead of individual people. And yeah, people were getting plucked out per each cycle for perfection. And in Greece, humankind was completely dominated by gods who never died out. And they wanted salvation. They wanted to be killed. While all of them were dead ends, they were still all human worlds. No matter how different they may have been from our timeline, they still all had human societies that suited their environments in the year 2019. But that's not the case here. This is very much not a human world. For one thing, there is no world outside of Britain. It's not like the other Lostbelts where we just couldn't see the outside world thanks to the storm walls. There's just nothing in this world at all besides Britain. No other continents, and definitely no other nations. It's just Britain. So as long as we're here, the whole planet consists of nothing but the Isle of Britain and the sea. And that means it's basically another world with no relation to human history. Yep, given what we know now, that's the only way to describe it. Over the last few days, I've been asking various fairies about what things are like between Britain and other countries, but the very idea of other countries was alien to them. So that tells me that there must be some strange circumstance that caused this place to become Fairy Britain. Figuring out what this will be the key to unraveling this Lostbelt. What if all the other countries are just like, had those Moors, right? Hold on. If there aren't any other European countries here, what if they got taken out by Rogimir, you know, that strong light beam? Does that mean every fairy in this land comes solely from the Isle of Britain? That's a great question, Tristan. If there are no other lands in this world, it follows that no fairy legends from those places that would be imported here. It follows that no fairy legends from those places would be imported here. Okay. But luckily, there's still a little thing called human history convergence. What that means is, as long as a fairy once existed on Earth, their existence will remain, even if their form and history are different. So even in this fairy Britain, we have fairies from various European legends showing up in different forms. Basically, the ecosystems are similar, even if the environments aren't. Since this is the same planet Earth, there are inevitably going to be similar life forms, civilizations, and large-scale events. Similar life forms, huh? Yep, fairy Britain may be nothing like the Britain we know. But despite that, the two Britons have a surprising number of things in common. Things like city names, fairy names, even the name of this world's queen. Remember that huge castle in the north you saw on the way here? It belongs to High Queen Morgan, ruler of Fairy Britain. And it probably won't surprise you to learn that its name is Camelot. That's right, here the same castle that symbolized British peace and proper human history. That was home to King Arthur and to the Knights of the Round Table, belongs to Morgan. The strongest, most despised witch in British history, and the one indirectly responsible for King Arthur's death and Britain's downfall. Morgan the Witch, huh? Yep, as far as I've been able to find out, Morgan's ruled Fairy Britain for almost 2,000 years. There are 6 different fairy clans here: Wind, Earth, Fang, Mirror, Wing, and one other, which was King. They waged war with each other constantly for thousands of years, until Morgan used evil magecraft to defeat them, subjugated half of the clans through force, and united all of Britain. So she used magecraft and not the other stuff. Not sacraments, as he said. Afterwards, she gave the humans of this world a limited degree of freedom, made them build a foundation for civilization, and developed this imitation society over the course of the last 2,000 years. Morgan. So even this lost belt, she's still trying to. But no, I suppose I shouldn't say that. I'm sure that this Morgan is a different person from the one we know. So what exactly is her reign like? Since she calls her castle Camelot, does that mean it's fair and just in a way King Arthur would be proud of? Nope, it's pretty horrible. She has a strict limit on the number of humans that can be born each year, and she rules the fairy with an iron fist. Every fairy that lives in an urban area is inscribed with Morgan's curse, command spells as part of their civic duties. And every year, fairies inscribed with these command spells are forced to donate some of their vitality, magical energy, essentially. They call it the existence tax. And any fairy who can't pay it, essentially, who can't provide enough magical energy to satisfy Morgan, are killed right then and there. Apparently, when she first took the throne, Morgan told the fairies, "I offer neither absolution nor salvation. I demand only that you obey without question or hesitation. Show me your fealty in word and action, and I shall keep Britain safe." Any fairy who can't handle this state of affairs and become unable to work are either taken into Camelot and dealt with there, or they escape the cities and run away to lands no one else knows about. An annual existence tax. More like, so that's why those fairies were there. Like, so I guess they escaped the city because they lost their purpose. Such an oppressive regime is bound to spark opposition. But even so, Morgan has maintained her iron grip on Britain for 2,000 years. Yep, which goes to show how powerful she must be. She takes half the soul of every fairy in Britain each year, and there's still no fairies able or willing to stand up to her. She keeps them weak. That said, there are some positive sides to Morgan's reign. Remember those black things we fought near the shore? The fairies call them Moors, and they're one of the calamities that have been plaguing fairy Britain since its inception. Yo, how you doing, Hershey? Occasionally, fairies that lose their purpose or their spark end up turning into these Moors creatures. Moors are essentially the fairies' natural predators. Just touching one is enough to infect a fairy, ultimately transforming it into a Moors too. It's like one of those destructive tags. It's kind of like disease that only affects fairies, and the Moors aren't the only calamity Britain has to regularly contend with. There are lots of other that pop up on a regular basis. And Morgan, the High Queen army, is constantly fending them off. Morgan may be a cold and ruthless ruler, but she's also the sword that keeps Britain safe. Oh yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for checking in. Thank you. The fairies may fear and hate her, but they also depend on her. And that's the current state of the fairy Britain. Sounds like Morgan definitely has this Lostbelt Kingdom. Yep, that seems like a very safe assumption, which means she'd also have to be the one who used Ragmarade. That spell was so powerful it reached Olympus from here. No one else could have cast it. Though of course, that unfortunately also means Beryl is involved with Morgan somehow. So I'd say that makes our chance of peaceful negotiation with her basically nil. And that's why they hate humans. I see. Then we have our own reasons for defeating her. Yep. Though we may have a hard time getting into Camelot, since apparently no one can enter without her permission. That said, even Morgan's reign isn't perfect. In fact, there's a new hope going around Britain right now. As luck would have it, we showed up here at the exact right time, just as things are about to change. So what's this new hope? The child of prophecy. Specifically a child whose existence was prophesied by the head of the now extinct Mirror Clan right before they disappeared. From what I heard, it went to something like this. 16 years from now, a savior shall appear, guided by the staff of selection. The true king will take the throne. When the 6 bells ring out, the false queen will fall, alongside Fae and human. The savior will bring an end to the false history. So what do you think? Sounds vaguely familiar, right? It's got credibility out the wazoo too, since the Mirror Clan's prophecies had never once been wrong. They're kind of like the Mayans, but except they're better than the Mayans in terms of not ending the world at 2012. The High Queen's been trying to prevent the inevitable by rounding up every fairy who turns 16 this year. Wow. But the fact that this child of prophecy hunt is still going on proves that she still hasn't caught them. Suffice to say, between the Moors and the child of prophecy alone, the cracks are showing in the High Queen's reign. So if we play our cards right, we might just be able to negotiate with Morgan after all. That said, finding a match definitely comes first for the time being. You should rest up and recover your strength. Then tomorrow we can start gathering information, quietly and casually of course, so as not to arouse suspicion. Oh man, it feels like forever since I last laid down on a soft bed. the British Lostbelt, High Queen Morgan. Altaria, Oberon. Mash, wherever you are, please be safe. Okay, I think we could use some rest too. Service might not need to sleep, but it's still trying to be constantly watching out for threats, right? It's still tiring watching out for threats. I mean, you never took your fingers off your bowstrings, even once that entire time. Guess that's why you were a knight of the round table, huh? Just you're noticing that suggests I must need rest. I must need a rest as well. Well, not just yet. But please, don't refrain from resting on my account, Da Vinci. 3 days later? Yeah, this is just one section too, goodness. You may be a servant too, but you're also a living being. You may be a servant too, but you're also a being living in the here and now, just like Paragon. So go on, get some sleep. Don't worry, it's my duty to protect you as well as him. Gotcha, I guess I should have expected the kind of consideration from Tristan, the child of sadness, and the handsome knight of the round table. Okay then, I think I'll take you up on that. Honestly, I was pretty beat. By all means, but first, I just have one request for you. I don't want to take too much of your time, but please, before you sleep, I was hoping you could tell me about the sixth singularity. Specifically, I would like to hear about the version of me who was summoned there, and what I was doing in the Holy Grails, what I was doing in the Holy City of Camelot. He wants to know. All right, we got the bells, we got the materials. Dang, that all those nodes are they're really going at it though. Goodness, the whole section for the next stream. All right, so let's go over here. Let's do this real quick. Boop, like that. Let's hit that summon. We'll watch it. It's just a single multi. Let's get some of the bad luck out the way. Let's get some of this. This time. One multi for Akko. Here we go. What, the auto mod happen? Boop, like this. Yeah. One multi for Akko. Yeah. Boom. Spin it. Here we go. Let's see what we get, right? Hopefully we get something good. Oh wait, we got something. And oh, what is this? Hey, oh my goodness. Yo, one multi in the dream, man. Holy smokes. Right there at the tail end. You knew it? Oh man. My face felt hot after that one. For some reason. Victory, yeah. Long, hard fought victory, for sure. And we'll get to use her in the next week too. Honestly, I'll build her up right now. Does have a lot of material. I'm gonna probably do like the The 2000 foe on her too. Oh wait, there's more? What is this? Wow, we got the caster too? Oh, Nitocris. Oh, we got more too. Wow. Yo, these multis are crazy. What is it? Another Akko. Wow. Holy moly. Yo, thanks, devs. Thank you, devs.
眩しいトンネルを抜けると、そこは見知らぬ研究施設だった。ホラー映画かミステリー小説かって話よね。どっちも好きだからいいけど。こんにちは、カルデアの魔術師さん。サーバントトラベラーじゃないか。サーバントフォーリナー、青崎青子よ。事情はだいたい刷り込まれているから説明はしなくていいわ。これからよろしくね。
Holy smokes. Two of them plus a Nitocris?
サーバントキャスター、天空の神ホルスの化身ニトクリス、召喚に応じました。このようにファラオではありますが、私はあまりに未熟の身。故に今回だけ特別にあなたを同盟の相手と認めましょう。ですがその前に言うべきことは言っておきます。神戸を垂れなさい。不敬ですよ。
Alright, take a screenshot. Screenshot. Alright. I'll take this. Like, whoop. Like that. Wow. And I will definitely level her up to. I'm a level 100 her if I can. I'm pretty sure I have the material for it. I'll put here Akko. Okay. Goodness, that was right down there. Oh, we get MP 2 or 2. Let's go here. Let's go and do the 5-star. Feed that Akko to the other Akko. For servers that have multiple noble phantasm, MP level will be shared across all noble phantasm when you perform noble phantasm. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, the 2 of them, okay. That's nice. Okay. And let's enhance her too. Yo, we have gold. I mean QP, so might as well use the QP, right? Let's go here. 5-star. Oh, I should probably say, for the people who's coming here just for the story, please go to the next video. I know this is probably a VOD. Unless you want to see how, by the time the next video, you'll see how high I got this. How I got it. How I got her. It's pretty much the end of
それではお客様当機
the VOD. I'm pretty sure I have all the materials needed to go up to 100 with the foe.
私服もいいけど制服もいいわよね。気持ちがキュッと引き締まるっていうか、この姿でも出力は変わらないから安心してマスター。あれ、もしかしてカルデアだと制服姿って珍しいの？珍しいけどおかしくはない。そうよね、マスターも同年代だものね。
Oh yeah, I'll try to get her 10, 10, 10 as well. I'll do a lot of things. Do several things. I'll do like 10, 10, 10, level 100.
よし、チャージ完了。もう再臨なんだ。夏気分はそろそろおしまいにしましょうか。さーて、次はどんな私になるのかな。それではお客様、陶器は上に参ります。よし、チャージ完了。私服、夏服ときて最後の霊気は華々しいドレスです。オールドスタイルはアリスに任せて、私はフューチャーなラインになってみました。クラスもフォーリナーなんだし、宇宙のアイドルシンガー目指しちゃうのもいいかもね。
Alright.
私、大器晩成型なので、こうなってからが伸びましてよ。まだいける？マスター。今できることは今やってね。いつも全力なの。気持ちいいでしょ？子供の頃、たまたま聴いた音楽が人生の指針になったりすることもあるわよね。私の場合、それが外国のロックシンガーでさ。真夜中、部屋で自分の将来をじくじくと悩んでいると、家の外には UFO が飛んでいて、宇宙は広い、いつか会える日を楽しみにしているって言われるような曲だったかな。その時の何とも言えない青いような苦いような気持ちが今も私を支えている。青春時代の輝きってそういうものでしょ。じゃ、そんなわけで一曲聴いてください。曲はもちろんこのナンバー。そう、スター。
I like how. Alright, so now let's do this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Two of her came out too, and one multi.
まだいける？マスター。
I'm bringing her to level 100.
今やってね。いつも全力なの。気持ちいいでしょ？
I was not expecting that. I was like, oh great, we got Akko, and then I was like, oh, how about two? Or let me grab the rest of these experience cards. Let's grab the XP. Oh yeah, that present box is definitely getting clean. I'm gonna 2000 pull her up to. Wait, enhance. Oh yeah, I gotta change this portrait for sure. For some who change the balance, you can check the pre and post change details. Oh, okay. Wait, do I have to forward 2000 twice? Okay. Okay, okay. Let's do... Got 31's the best. Let's move this over here. I like this one the best. Alright, looks good. Let's go back. Alright, give her some foes after giving the grills. So many grills. Grill to 120? I don't know. I can't. Like, you need to grab Akko like 3 more times. Goodness. Just be lucky. Just be lucky. You're right. You're right. Why didn't I think of that? I'll give us some bows real quick. Give her some of this. And then some of this. And then the attack foe and the other foe. Those are 4-star, I think. 4-star foe? Yeah, the 4-star foe. And then this foe too. Gotta be careful right there, right? Alright, go this. A work in progress for that, no problem though. Let's go back. Before I do this, let me switch this back to 3-star so I don't forget. Alright. Actually, before I even go up there, let me actually level up her skills before I'm out of gold. I mean, QP. Let's get these skills going here. Alright, they should across the skills. Okay, cool. You know what would be a great feature to implement? If they have like a gotta have to use a Pure Prism. If they were to like enhance it and they was like alright, like max enhance possible. Like max enhance like 3 levels here. Or whatever materials I have. So I'll go one by one. Oh, we're going for the full 10, that's for sure. There you go. No one's gonna roast me. Oh, you don't even got Akko level 10 skill. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Alright, what does this do? Restore HP each turn. Oh, that's really good. Alright. Okay, that's good. HP each turn. What does this one do? Magic bullet can be applied. Oh, that's pretty nice too. Let's go right here. Oh, we got one of those things for the classes. I like how one is shorter cooldown than the other. This is 8, the other one is 9. Okay, I gotta be careful here. I was like, I wouldn't mind upgrading. Actually, I have some QP in the back. Hold on, I got QP in here. Oh, let's grab the QP in here. Hold on, we're going into a quick QP grab here. We'll take the QP here. Oh yes, we have plenty of QP from there. Alright, let's go back in here. Not much, but there's something. There was some QP back there, so we can put this to level 8. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely go into those missions. Oh goodness! All right, let me level some of this up too. I'm trying to at least balancing it a bit. Oh, definitely there's no shortage of materials though. I'll put her on the support list for y'all. So that way you guys can give it a spin. And there you go. 7, 10, 8. That's pretty decent, I must say. Alright, let's go back. And to support list you go. Whoops. Formation. Support. Alright, let's see who are we switching out for this one. So we have the one for the one alright, we're looking at the 4, the list number 4. So this one. Tough choice. Let's see. We can put Akko in this place right here. Right here. There you go. That right there. And we're gonna change her to one of the event CEs. There it is. Okay. Which one's the best one? Each turn, gain one each turn, increasing the better stuff. What does this one do? Quick card, buster card. Oh, that's pretty good too. 30% charge. Sea stars. I'll give you guys this. You guys can have this one. There you go. Actually, let me line this up with all the CEs. All right, so hold on, 4, 10. So we got that one. Go over here. Actually, I'll do that off stream. There you go. I set that one up. Oh, I said okay. And that brings us to the end of this stream for now.
この時期アメリカでも全米桜祭り優れたマスター
So thank you all for coming out. I can't believe it. Finally got her. Thank you all for coming out and the good luck. So hopefully see y'all next time. Adios. Bye bye. Finally.